What is good, YouTube? It's your boy BDB, and obviously today I have a video I want to talk about. It is not going on in the sports world, it's going on in the entertainment world. So if y'all have not known who Rubi Rose is, Rubi Rose is a, you could say, artist, and a lot of people, well, a lot of dudes know her because of her body, and they like her because of her body. But basically, Rubi Rose just came out saying that she does not want to date a man if he's not making $5 million or more. Now, I've heard a lot of people talking about it. I heard Uncle Ocho on the Cat podcast talking about it. Unc said a very great quote that really stuck in my head. He said the higher money a man gets, or just in general, anybody in general, I'm not just going to say a man, because women go through it too. It's just not as prominent or pushed out as men go through. But the higher money a person gets, you're going to see more of, say for a man, the higher money a man gets, he's going to see more average women trying to push at him, then you're going to see a high value man pushing at the average woman, if that makes any sense. So you're going to see most women who are average pushing for the high value, and you're not going to see the high value pushing for the average a lot. Because when you look at athletes, celebrities, all these things and who they're dating, and I've said this before, and it's very weird, they're all having the same dating pool. It ain't like they go on a Target and finding the love of their life. It's not like they're going to the grocery store and finding the love of their life. It's not like they're going to the coffee shop and finding the love of their life. It's all off social media. They dating IG models. But, I didn't even want to get into that topic. But now, people have said she's outrageous for what she said. And do I feel like she's outrageous? Yes, but no. The fact you want $5 million for a man to make a year is outrageous. Because, in my opinion, with love should never matter. Money should never matter when it comes to love. Regardless if they're rich, regardless if they're poor, their love should always cover anything they do. Because you love that person. You genuinely love that person. Now, is she wrong for what she said? Not really, because here's the thing. When you get into a certain area of your life, when you're improving a lot more than the next person or the next people, it's hard to want to go back down. It's hard. If you make say someone who makes $1 million, you make $1 million, it's hard for you to want to settle for anything less than $1 million. It's hard. It's like athlete too. It's when an athlete's doing their sport, it's hard, and then they can't play that sport no more. It's hard for an athlete to say, I need to hang up the cleats or hang up the shoes, hang up whatever. It's hard. That's what Rubi Rose is basically saying. She's saying, I got a lot of money. I've dated Drewski, who's got a lot of money. I've been around athletes who have a lot of money. I've been around millionaires who have a lot of money. So it's hard for her to say, I want to go down to the average man who makes about, 50, 60K a year. Because that's a big jump. Especially, you got to look at the money she's making. She's making a ton of money. I'm not saying I'm on her side completely. I'm saying $5 million is a little, that's pushing it. But there's a reason why she's saying it. Because you got to look at where she's at. When you're high value, it's hard for you to want to look at things that are low value. It's facts. You don't see a rich person saying, I want to live in the hood. No, they were saying they want to live in Beverly Hills. Because once they get rich and they see what the rich style is like, or what the rich lifestyle is like, it's hard for them to say, I want to go back to the poor lifestyle. It's hard. Regardless if they say, man, I'm always going to help the poor. No, you ain't. No, you're not. No, you're not. But I'm telling you, Rubi Rose ain't wrong for what she said. Because it's her opinion. If that's how she feel, that's how she feel. But a lot of people are saying, oh, no, that's outrageous. We could find 1 billion of Rubi Roses, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, you can find 1 billion Rubi Roses in the body. You can do that in the body, but you ain't gonna find them in like financials. It's rare that you're gonna find a Rubi Rose financially and physically. It's hard. Because the one thing that I'll tell you about a person, and I'm not just gonna say women, because men do it too. When a person is making money, a lot of the times they will get stuck up. They will get stubborn. Their ego is at an all-time high because they got money by themselves, especially if they get money by themselves. If they get money by themselves, they're not going to want to have nobody else because they're like, if I can do this by myself, what do I need you for? What do I need you for? And the way I always test someone when it comes to my dating life, and I ask somebody, what value can you bring to me that I can't pay nobody else to do? When someone says, oh, I can cook, I could pay someone to cook. I could clean. I could pay somebody to clean. Or I'll give you a good time. I could pay somebody to have a good time, which I will never do. But I could pay them. So what can you do? And the same thing for me. What can I do for that person? What can we do for each other that we can't pay nobody else to do? That's why I say when she said that statement, I was like, oh, you're not looking for love. You're looking for, like, you're not looking for loyalty love. There's two, I call it the two L's. The loyalty love is the best love. That you stay in there, rock through thick and thin, rock bottom, top of the mountain. And you got luxury love. A lot of people want the luxury love where you can pay for everything. You got money, this and that. You can buy materialistic things. A lot of people want luxury love where they're living in a nice house, fancy cars, fancy clothes, all that stuff. Not a lot of people have that loyalty love where regardless when you're broke, and that's when you test, and that's where love really tests itself. It's not when you're at the top, it's when you're at the bottom. That tests your true love, if someone truly loves you or not, is when you're at your worst. It's never when you're at your best. Everybody's gonna love you at your best, but when you ain't got nothing for nobody, who you gonna see who really cares for you and who really loves you? You're gonna see. But I understand why Rubi Rose said what she said. She literally dated a rich man, Drewski. She's around rich people 24/7. She's rich herself. She makes a lot of money. If she goes down to the average man, guess what? The average man is going to ask her to pay for things that he can't pay for. And it's facts. The things Rubi Roses can pay for, the average man not going to really be able to pay for that outside of that bracket she's in. Especially not in this economy. It's facts. And I'm not trying to be that guy hating on other dudes. No, I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just stating realization. I'm realistic. At first when I heard it, I said, what? That's outrageous. But then I thought about it. I was like, you got to look at the lifestyle. Because when you're, like I've been saying at the beginning of this video, when you're up high, it's hard to want to reach for low. It's hard. It's actually hard. It's actually hard. And I'm not going to say for a woman. I mean, I'm not going to be getting into that topic. But it's hard for someone who's up high to reach for down low. It's hard. Regardless how you put it. I don't care if you're making $55 million a year. 55 million ain't gonna want to talk to 50,000 unless 50,000 giving something that 55 million won't. Why do you think a lot of athletes get with the same amount of girls? Is because regardless of how much money they make, they giving them something that they won't, that the average girl won't do in their eyes. It's facts. It's facts. And plus, you also got to look at this. Social media plays a big part in the dating pool nowadays. And how most people are, if you ain't got that check next to your name, they ain't gonna check your out. And there's a lot of dudes that be hitting up Rubi Rose. How much of them do you think she replied to? That ain't got a verified check next to their name. And you got a verified check next to the name, and you text somebody, it grabs their attention instantly because you're verified. A lot of dudes ain't verified, and they try to slide in her DMs. That plays a big part. But that's going to consist this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I have more videos out for you when I get the chance.